guys, welcome back to Home Theater Guru's Question and Answers. So today we've got one from one of the newer episodes, Dolby Atmos Setup Major Mistakes. That was one pretty popular one on just basic Atmos mistakes we see all the time. So Tyler says, man, I just wanted to set up a true Dolby Atmos system for under $1,000, maybe a bit more. Today I learned how ridiculous that is. Was really hoping I could do something for under $1,000 since my room is a 10 by 10 by 8 with the receiver, and needing that many speakers, it will be a while. I feel like I could do a hack job, but I don't know if I could just let it go, not being done right. Sort of defeats the purpose. By the way, how are receivers more expensive than building an entire gaming computer? Seems insane. All right, first of all, this is not a cheap hobby. You know, you've got people that have huge budgets, and you have some people that don't have very big budgets at all. That doesn't mean you cannot have a great home theater. It really doesn't. I mean, there's DIY, there's just budget systems out there that sound extremely nice. Now, you know, if you're talking about $1,000, you're gonna probably have to either get a used receiver or, you know, definitely a budget receiver. Maybe, you know, this room was 10 by 10 by 8, so you may have to sit it on the back wall. You may be looking at like a 5.1.2 system, and that can sound incredible if you set it up right. I mean, it really can. You know, there's speakers out there that are really good, like the JBL 305s, 306s, you know, and they come with amplifiers. Now you're gonna have a better receiver with that, with pre-outs. Just look down on the link. I'm gonna put some cheaper speakers that are really good down there, just really good options. And just check the description out, and I'll kind of keep some stuff down there just for you guys to look at. But just remember, and don't get discouraged, because you can build these systems over time. And don't think you have to have a lot of speakers. You know, if your room is not big enough, if you're against the back wall, you don't want a lot of speakers. You can have too many speakers. You know, in a 10 by 10 room, like I said, you're probably going to have to sit close to that back wall. You know, 5 speakers on the bed layer is all you can really do. Maybe add wides. Definitely add wides if you can. So that gives you 7, but then on top of the ceiling, you know, a 0.2 is gonna rock your world. You know, if you get those Atmos speakers placed properly, which we actually covered that in the video right before this, the question and answer. So you don't have to have a hack job, and you don't have to have a poor sounding room. You know, do the best with what you have to work with. And he asked, why are they so expensive? You have to remember, a receiver is, especially new ones, are up to date. A computer, if you buy a cheaper computer, you're buying something that's a couple years old. You know, the motherboard, you know, the processor, you're not getting the newer stuff for a bargain price. It's just not going to happen. And also in receivers, you've got amplifiers, you know, and then you've got licenses that they have to buy, you know, from Dolby Atmos. You know, the manufacturers have to pay, you know, to be able to process that stuff. I mean, you pay for it, you know, as the consumer, but it does raise the price up. You're not buying just a dumb box that, you know, basically an amplifier or just like an FM tuner anymore. You know, they're pretty sophisticated, but, you know, and there are some budget systems out there. Everything's kind of hard to get right now with COVID and all the other mess going on in the world. It's like every time you turn around, something else is going wrong to drive the price up of everything. But don't get discouraged. When I started in this hobby, it was $19.99, and I didn't want to get a computer. My wife wanted a computer. She was in nursing school, and we were living on just my income. I was making $8 an hour, and I didn't want to get this computer because we had to get a loan for it, and I just did not want to do it. Well, she wanted to do it because she kind of needed it for school. So we got it, and I found the internet. And before I knew it, I wanted a big screen TV. I couldn't afford one, but I wanted one, and I found out how to make one, you know. I was DIYing projectors, you know, and then I got on subwoofers, and I learned all this stuff. But I mean, I had a very budget system starting out. I mean, and I would have to make things. I couldn't afford, you know, Paradigm subs that were $1,200 back then. But I built a sub that cost me $250, $300, and actually outperformed the Paradigm sub in my local mom and pop by a mile. But, you know, it's just, you have to do what you have to do to support your hobby. If you can't afford something, you know, just kind of step back and look what you can do with what, you know, the budget you've got. And if you even need some of that higher end stuff, just do the best with what you've got. You know, don't let it put you in the hold where you're having to, you know, borrow money or put it all on credit cards and stuff like that. Or at least, you know, try not to. Just do the best you can. It's a hobby. Have fun with it. but don't go online and let all that stuff stress you out and thinking that, you know, your system just sucks. There's a very possibility that your cheap system set up right is gonna sound vastly better. Actually, I can guarantee you it'll sound vastly better than better equipment not set up right. That's just the way it is. Setup is everything. All right, so I hope that helped you. And if you got any more questions, leave them down in the comments section so for the next Q&A. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out those affiliate links down there. They help the channel out, guys. So give this video a like, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you for the next one.